but I'm just not sure that they're utilized in the way we've proposed them. So basically, the only thing it does is we get to pay more money. And I just don't like putting things out there. This is for the public safety, but it costs you $10 a month. Yeah.
It's not $10 a month.
But at any rate,
5 years.
You understand what I'm getting at.
Your typical residential property, let's say it goes vacant. You use the 2 years of exemption to try to market it or whatever. Doesn't sell. First year is $30. In 5 years, you would pay roughly what, $155 in registration fees.
Single-family residence?
Yeah.
$60.
Yeah.
$60.
30, 50, 75. I thought it was. I'm sorry.
30 and 30 for single-family residential.
30, 30. Okay. So. And it does. I mean, I can say it does make a difference to the first responders. Now, when they pull up and the house is fire blowing out of the roof, they're not looking, is this vacant, is this, they're putting water on the fire, they're doing a lot of things. When we pull up and it's a smoke detector going off inside and we look in the window and there's nobody in there and it's just a malfunctioning alarm, or it's this or it's that, or tree branch fell through the roof, and who do we call? It provides them, yes, they have a list that they can go to. Now, is it automated? Does it come through with our text messages? No, that's a technology that County 911, I don't know if we can update them yearly and they can do that. That's a discussion we have to have with 911. But I can tell you, if you get there and it's something stupid and you're going to be there for a while, you want to be able to contact somebody that's with the property. You don't want to be standing there going, well, is this, who owns, you know, and that's more or less, it's, yeah, when you get there and the house is on fire, it doesn't matter.
I kind of like the idea of having signage still in the window, and now we've pulled that out. That tells us immediately who owns it, because also that tells us who's paid, who hasn't, who's registered, because I'm not so sure that this thing is distributed equally amongst every vacant building in town. I think that there are some that they don't register, they keep a low profile, or we just don't go after them. I don't think it's
know
equally.
of any case where we're not going after somebody purposely. If they don't register, and again, if mom dies and the house is empty and it sits empty and somebody comes every week and cuts the grass and picks up the garbage and everything's maintained, yeah, they could slip through the cracks, absolutely. But this is really to target the properties that end up year after year after year of us having issue after issue after issue in that sense. But to me, it really is. And again, like I said, it allows us a way to, if they're not registered and we have to go cut the grass, we have nobody to contact or anything. We're going to cut it and lien the property, and now your property has a $300 lien because you didn't pay a $30 fee. I would much rather have the city of Connellsville be able to call me and say, you're 1 week away from getting, or, you know, a fine because we're going to have to go cut the grass, than you guys cutting the grass and then me finding out about it afterwards. So in a way, it does help the residents that are on this list, because it allows us to preemptively get a hold of somebody if there's an issue, whether it be a fire call, police incident, or something along the code enforcement end. We got to be able to know who to contact, because we just can't have vacant buildings, in my opinion, without any knowledge of who owns them, what they're doing with it, how long it's been vacant, what their plans are. And I'm a private property owner rights person. We agree on a lot of things, Tom. We really do.
And respectfully, I agree that it's good that we know who owns that building, and I just don't think that the people that own that building should pay for the privilege of us knowing who owns that building. I think they ought to be able to come in, register it, and okay, here's your sign.
Well, I mean, hey, we say that about a lot of things. I mean, it's to cover the administrative costs. That's really only $30. It's supposed to only cover the administrative costs. And
if their taxes weren't paid, I could understand that. But if their taxes are paid, their grass is cut.
We ask landlords to come in and register. We ask businesses to come in and register. $30 every year to have the privilege to do business in town. I think $30 after 3 years is a cheap fee. to have to pay. And again, I'm not one to pick on private property owners. We had meetings with groups that really wanted to see this much tougher, and we had to explain to them that it's as tough as it's going to get. But I'm for it. I'm for the public safety aspect of it. We had discussions on the fee money, making sure everything is going into a line item as it's supposed to be. That's one aspect of it that we definitely wanted to change. And that money is used to offset costs that may come down the line where we have to go put a piece of plywood on a building. We can pull from that line item to buy a sheet of plywood or to cover the cost of the street department guys going and doing it. We talk a lot about the cost of the street department guys having to go out and do these little jobs that aren't really on the list. And now we got them out there putting a sheet of plywood on a private property owner's property that we have no way of collecting any money from. And this gives us at least a line item to do such a thing and reimburse ourselves for the work we're doing for some of these properties, that the street department's doing for some of these properties. So, I mean, those are all the reasons I like it.
Well, those are good reasons. I mean, having a line item to go do that, knowing who owns properties, that's a good idea. And I can see the safety aspect of it, so.
We're good? All right, city clerk, take a vote.
Councilwoman Tizan.
Yes.
Councilman Keady.
Yes.
Councilman Topper. Yes. Councilman Carpenter.
Your father persuaded me one time, and now you do. Yes.
Mayor Lincoln.
Yes.
With all that, that's all I have, sir. Thank you.
All right. Hey, good job on getting this all ready, Bob. I know
Thank
it
you,
was a lot of work.
Solicitor Witt
And Tom and I do
And Tom,
appreciate
yeah.
the hard work.
Solicitor Witt and Tom work a lot.
All right, we
on
had a
this
great
firm.
meeting. Lots done.
We did.
Now I'm
It's-
go eat and have dinner. Be it resolved by the City Council, of the City of Collinsville, that this meeting of City Council does hereby adjourn. I so move. Is there a second?
Second.
My God.
It's 2 minutes.
I know.
City clerk, take the
rest of the year
vote.
done.
Councilman Topper.
Yes.
Councilman Carpenter.
Yes.
Councilwoman Tizan.
Yes.
Councilman Keady.
Yes.
Mayor Lincoln.
Yes.